Welcome in, everyone. Today we are talking to JoJo, and she is a victim of Jarvis butts from 20 years ago. And we're going to just give her the floor right now to say whatever it is that she want to get out that she didn't get a chance to. Okay, I'm going to give it to you, JoJo. You know what?
Okay. Yes.
Before I do that, I do want to start with the lady because right when we talked yesterday, you said that the lady that he had a child by when he was 13, she lives behind a church on Fisher and Crane.
Yes. Is you on Google Maps right now?
Nope, I just have it. I can pull up the video that I
Just
played where Toot
no. Just
already.
uh-uh.
Huh?
Go to Google Maps because we're on two video. You can't find that building. I mean, you don't see it on two video because she walked past it. Like I don't even think two heard me
I
when we
don't
was in
think
the
so.
interview. I don't
Well,
think she heard me.
what I think it was with Toot, she was so focused on the house that she didn't hear you. I could
Yeah.
tell that she didn't hear you because she was focused on finding a friend's house.
Yes.
And so, but let me show you a couple things before you say that because I actually, I was going to ask you something. Let me see if, let me go through my pictures right quick.
Okay.
Okay, so right here, this is where she was moving around at.
Mhm.
That's not the one I wanted to go to though. See, I've never put up Google Maps on my cell phone. I mean on the computer.
Uh-huh. We went the wrong way right there.
Right. Y'all went the wrong way
Yeah,
right
we had to
there.
turn around right there. Yeah, right there. That's the church,
Yep.
and that's the red building.
Mhm. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pull up the video. If you could just go through what you were about to tell me, because you said Jarvis left a couple of times, and when he left, that's when you went into the woman. So what was
Yes.
it? Let's get to
Okay.
that.
Okay. Um, I need to walk you through it because it's right at that church. Her
Okay.
house
Mhm.
is right at that church. It's actually right behind that church.
Okay.
It's right behind that church. It surprised me, but yeah. Okay. So, whenever he had me, he was leaving a few times. He had left like probably about two times, maybe left the house just only for a few minutes. Like it was very fast. It wasn't too long because I mean, he wouldn't leave me long. He always kept his eyes on me. But I whenever the information came out about his the first baby mom and they released her name, I looked up her name. I think her last name is McIntosh. Um, I looked her up and she reside right behind the church, right behind that church.
This church
And
right here.
yep, in a
Okay.
small itty bitty house that's not even you can't even get to the door from the street or anything. Like this house is so awkward, but it have an address. It have an address and it's so weird that the way it sits behind that house. But yeah, yeah.
So did you discover her when you went researching later, or
Yep.
did you know something
Yes,
about it
later.
back then?
No.
Okay.
No, later.
So what is her
Later.
first name? Because I've never even looked the woman up.
I think it's Tosh. Let me look in my notes real quick. I have it written
Okay.
down somewhere. I think it's Tasha, Natasha, Latasha, Latanya, something like that.
Did you happen to see how old she was when you looked her up?
Yeah, she was way older, and she have an older daughter, and she's a grandmother, and I think everybody's mixing up the girl as one of the baby moms, and it's his daughter.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
getting her
because
mixed up.
So
because
the
I pulled
daughter
up
that
the
he
same picture and I'm like, whoa, that's the same face.
what? So you think that
Yeah.
how would that daughter be?
She
Just
would be probably
13 years
about
older
20,
than him.
about 28. She would probably be about 28, 30, maybe. I would say if he's 42, 43, or whatever. How old is Jarvis? 42?
I think they said
He,
43.
see, yeah, he's
43.
something like that. So if he was 13, I mean, hey,
30. She 30 years old. Because I remember hearing that he had a daughter the age of Shannon. And Shannon was 31 at the time.
yeah,
Or
yeah.
30.
And I'm thinking this might be her, but let me.
Okay.
And I had listened to the live yesterday too, and I'm like, I done gave you the wrong address. I was out and about walking my kids home from school.
That's okay.
But
You
the
can give it
wrong
to me
address
again.
on Crane, yes, I have all that actually written down.
I think you told me 5540 or
I
2450.
I think it's 2540. I think it's 2540 Crane.
Okay, 2540.
2540.
And that would be the address of the old cleaners building?
No, the old cleaners building is 2100 Crane.
Oh, okay, 2100. And so the 2540 is the friend house?
Yes, that's the friend house. Let me see. I got about 3 tablets full of just this. Lord.
Did you happen to catch the name of the person when you went into this friend's house? Who was in
No.
there? Was it a
It
male,
was,
female?
yeah, it was a male, it was a black male, it was a female in there. They was standing in the kitchen, like when you go through the side door, we went through the side door of that house. And to the right is I guess you step up and that's the kitchen area, but if you keep straight, that's the basement. We went straight to the basement. It was people in the kitchen that we just walked right past downstairs.
What did
And
it seem like was
it was
going on there?
it was kids in the basement playing. I nothing. It just seemed normal to me. Like I don't know. It
Hmm.
seemed like it just seemed normal to me. Actually, I didn't feel like that he was trying to sell me or guys wasn't looking over me or it
But
wasn't nothing
what
like
did
that.
y'all go
Maybe
in there
he
to
went over
do?
there. Maybe he went over there to call the ride or something. I don't know
Mm.
because he ended up calling the same guy back to take me to the Greyhound station.
Now, when you
I don't
got
know.
picked up from home, did he pick you up alone or with that guy?
No, with the guy. The guy
Oh,
was
so he
driving.
so he came and picked you up in the van off top.
Yes, in the van.
Okay.
Yes, in the van. Hold on, I'm still looking for that her name. I'm looking for I have her name written down.
Okay.
It
So
just in a few different notebooks.
in clearing everything, because you wanted to clear your parents, and you said your mom wasn't even there, and your mom and dad
No,
wasn't together, so your dad wasn't
no,
in the household. So
right,
you were just hanging out. Who was in charge of
right,
you,
right.
or
A older person in my family, older
okay?
person in my family, and by me being 18, me thinking I'm grown. I'm not blaming nobody but myself on that. Like I'm not putting that on nobody in my family. I chose to leave for the weekend with him. I thought he was an okay guy. That's what he came off to be. Like, we had already been talking for a little while and we decided to meet one weekend. I was gonna spend a weekend with him, you know? So
I
I
was
mean I was
gonna ask
18
you
years
that.
old.
I was gonna
Like,
ask you
yeah,
that. Was that y'all first time meeting in person?
yes,
Another
yes,
thing, I heard you say that you had just turned 18. So how? What was it?
yes.
Just a couple days or
My
month?
birthday is in September.
Okay,
So that
so
was
it
a
was
couple months, about 3 months.
another thing I picked up on. You said this happened. It had to be between November 2024 and
And
January of
yes,
2025.
yes, and further along into my investigation, I can knock January off the map. It's more of December, November, December.
Okay.
Yes. Okay,
Okay.
let me see. Where's that woman name at? I got it written so big on the page.
It's something about those dates that stuck out to me. What stuck out to me about those dates is that it's November. It was November, And I remember like November is when he was supposed to get arrested for the gun charge that he caught. So they gave him Jarvis was supposed to be arrested in November, and they gave him a couple continuances that continued on until he unalived Naziah. So, had they arrested him in November, she would still be here. And then January is when she actually went missing. So, that November and January stood out to me when you said it. It just kind of connected. Um,
Yeah. I don't know. It to me it seemed like those his moving times when he doing bullshit that he
mm-hmm.
doing, you know?
And that
That's
number
what he's
13.
doing. So and you know what's the crazy part about that number?
What?
That's my birthday
Are
number.
you serious?
Yes, ma'am.
On the 13th.
Yes,
Wow.
ma'am.
Somebody told me it's like I think it's got like some demonic something to those numbers. I'm not into
Oh,
numbers.
it's in this book. Okay, I found the book it's in. Okay, keep talking. I'm sorry.
I was
Like
just
y'all
saying
are
I'm not
nervous.
into numbers like that, but that really caught my attention with this case. And
I heard somebody say something about the 13 too, and I'm like, whoa. I'm
yep.
like, whoa, hold on.
Yeah, it's
Like for real, yeah.
I feel like this is God working right now. And the reason why I'm saying that is because the timing of you coming in here to tell your story and the location of everything. The reason why I'm right here at this spot. Number one, Toot had pointed out yellow and red. And we looking at a yellow and red store right here. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of Frank's businesses are yellow and red. And then we're looking at a metal fence or a iron type of fence and a church. So there was a psychic that she a medium, and I think it was Rain of Fire that was talking about Naziah is near a fence. Like
Mm-hmm.
she keep seeing bars and stuff, and she described some things like a church and a reddish brownish building or something like this.
See?
And
And the black
so
gate.
yes. So this is why I'm sticking to this spot right here, even though we can't see the house. But Toot can pull that up because she's really good at doing this. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm still
Yes,
gonna pull up the
ma'am.
video. But while I'm pulling up the video, go ahead and just say whatever you
Let
think
me
you
let me give you her name.
okay.
Tanika McIntosh.
Oh, Tanika. Tanika or Tamika?
Tanika.
Can you spell it for me?
Tanika.
Tanika. Okay. McIntyre.
Tanika Danielle McIntosh.
Oh, Macintosh. Tamika Danielle. Can you spell Macintosh for me?
Um,
Mac in.
M
Oh, I got it. I
C
got it.
I N. Okay.
TOS. Okay. All right. Perfect. That's correct. And I heard this.
TOSH.
Okay. Yep. And I heard this lady was Jarvis's mom's friend. That's what I heard she was.
Hmm.
I'm not sure how true that is.
Well, I made a comment about, hey, check Jarvis' mama. Where is she at? Ain't nobody saying nothing
Where is she
because
at? I
I
haven't heard
mean
her.
I have no idea, but from the looks of that house, it's like uh somebody is. I mean it was a condemned place, but it was livable. Like they're living there. Like, but then I had to think back, like all these condemned homes, ran down homes in Michigan. You know, I used
Hmm.
to think about that back in the day, like, but no, like uh it was too much. The tub was full of stuff that you couldn't bathe in and stuff like that. So I knew it was something wrong with that house. Like I that's why I keep saying condemned.
Right. I remember you saying that you showered a few times. So how I was
Nope, I
wondering.
didn't shower. I didn't shower. I bird bath in the sink.
Oh,
I
okay. That's
washed, I always said I washed myself.
okay. Wow.
I
Now
washed myself. The tub was full of like construction stuff for the house or something. I don't know. And then
it's
to come find out
almost
he building walls and all of this now. Like what? I thought he
you
was
know
just an
what?
oil changing man, a tire man or something.
Shoot, it
Like I
sounds
don't
like
know.
But it had running water. I was about to say it sounds
Yes,
like the house. He was just squatting in that house. That's what it
it
sounded like
had
to
running
me.
water, but I mean, I would have thought that, but then whenever I pulled up the address and looked further back, his grandmother lived there.
Do you remember
That's
what year?
it say she lived there before he took me there. It say she lived there like in '03. So maybe he was squatting in it after.
Oh, she lived in there in like '03. Well, yeah. Then it sound, and I don't know when she passed or nothing, but
She
he was.
passed in 2018.
She passed in 2018. Okay,
Yes. And I'm trying to figure out
2018.
what's the problem between Tijuana and Butts with the grandmother. Like Tijuana knows something about what's going on at Granny house, because I trust me, man. I am not the only one he had at the house. I could not be the only person. He was comfortable. He was comfortable with doing what he was doing. It
Yeah,
has
and
to be somebody else. And then for them to bring that up in court, I was like, what? Please tell. T1 was like, caught a whole attitude. No. I say, oh, she lying. She know, and I really want to know what it is. Maybe it was
I
something
do
bad and
too.
he got in trouble behind it, and that's why the house got tore down. They granny house. I don't know.
I thought it was something with the house too, but I'm telling you, when I heard you, she instantly came to my mind, and then you're talking about it right now, so you thought the same thing. Let me see
Yeah.
something right quick, right here. Let me
Were you and
pull it up
Jarvis
while
raised
we
by your
talking about
grandmother?
it.
For the most part. And were there some events surrounding her death that related to your relationship with Jarvis that impacted some things? No. Oh, I have no further questions. Thank you. Can you redirect? Were you and Jarvis raised by your
Her whole body language told it all. Her whole attitude, the look on her face, and the woman said, I was done. And I ain't got no more questions after that because she's lying.
Yeah, it's something happened. Something. So it sounds like her and Jarvis fell out about something, and she don't.
Yep.
She don't want to talk about it. It's some. It's
Yep.
like that lady is digging at her. The one. They
Yep.
don't ask questions they don't know. So it's
Right.
something that happened that's gonna probably come up in trial. That happened at the grandmother house, and it's deep. I think they fell out about it. They wasn't cool. All of that. And I thought
Yep.
about you. So I noticed that you said if anybody should know, it should be his sister. Is this what made, were you thinking about this moment
Yes.
when you said that?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Wow.
That's what made me. That's what. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Okay. So, and then another one more thing. I pulled her up, and then come to find out she lived right next door to the house. She had ended up moving in next door to the house. Now, what year? I can't. I don't know if I wrote down the year that Tijuana lived next door to that grandmother's house, but
Really?
yes, she had. Yes.
Oh my God. I noticed something with that house. When Toot looked that house up, I noticed in the original one when the house was torn down, there was a white car parked there, and then I noticed it when she went to the more recent or the older one. I'm like, whose white car is that? I wonder if that was
Yes,
her.
the house right next door was condemned. They done fixed it up and everything. And I guess, like, years later after that happened to me, she ended up moving into that house next door to the granny house. That's why I'm like, have granny been owning this house this whole time?
I wonder.
Is that what they fell out behind now that it's tore down? Like, come on, grandma passed, the house gone. Then they made bring this up in court, and then here my story is about Granny's house. What's
Exactly. It's a
what's up with
connection.
Granny's house?
You were the last person before he went to jail, and I got that record too. He got into some trouble in '03, '05,
Hmm.
like all around the time when you would have been um
Hmm.
possibly around. See right here, well, shoot. Yeah, see right here it says, oh, that's the newer stuff I'm looking at here. Oh,
Oh,
one.
I see 03 at the top, October 17th.
Okay. Yep. '03 and '05.
Yep.
So
Yep.
what
Oh
year was it
five.
you were
Oh
there
five
again?
was after me. Oh five. It was, I was there. Oh 04. Oh 04.
'04. So right in between it then,
Yes.
because this.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wow. Okay.
December, like November, December '04. And I'm guessing it was the more of the end of November because he was saying something about a birthday party. He was saying something about a party and me dancing and all of that. And it did come to find out at now this year, I just found out his birthday is November 21st.
Yep. Yep.
So I
Definitely.
mean, that's why I'm like, I'm putting the everything together too. Everything with my story, just the puzzles just falling in place. The more I dig into this man, you know.
So I have some questions for you, and if you want to elaborate on anything, if it jog your
Okay.
memory, that's cool. So I do want to ask you what happened when you left and you got home. I know what you said on Toot show, but go ahead. What happened once you got home,
Well,
and how
basically,
soon did you move from your from wherever you were? Because I thought you
well,
said
basically,
you moved from Detroit.
I never lived in Detroit.
Okay, I'm sorry. Explain it then, because I guess I'm confused.
Yeah, I never lived in Detroit. He took me from Saginaw.
Okay.
That's where I'm from. So, whenever I got back, like I said, my mom was already out of town. Excuse me. We was already in the process of relocating, you know. So, and I think I confided in him about that. He knew I was leaving. I think he knew about that. But anyways, we was already in the process of leaving. But by the time I got home from what happened to me, and my family like, well, okay, this what we about to do. Your mama out of town, we finna get you up out of here. Basically, get you up out of here. So the baby that I was taking care of, I took him with me. um I think we end up having to we went down there for a minute, but then I came back because it was a house that my mom had to be sold, that we had to sell the house. So we ended after the house was sold, we packed up and moved. Like before my whole family even followed behind, I left first. So they made me leave first. But that's what
Okay.
happened. And like, yeah, I don't know. It's a long time ago. It's a long time
Yeah,
trying to think too.
it's
Like
okay.
exactly at that moment, how did I feel? I can't remember that, but those the steps that was taken after the fact and why I
Okay.
left, and I never been back.
And
Basically,
I do wonder, like, and I know it's been a long time, but do you remember any conversations or anything that y'all talked about, or anything he might have been into at the time, or
well, yeah, yeah. I mean, he would just basically let me know he was finna sex traffic me. I was finna be his worker. Like that's what he was basically just telling me. Like my life was finna change.
mm-hmm.
That's what he told me. My life was finna change and we was finna go back and get my baby. The baby he believed that was mine. We was finna go get that baby and live life.
So why did you let him think that was your baby?
Because it wasn't his business. I was taking care of that baby. Like I was literally honest to God raising that baby. I just didn't birth
Okay.
them. But
Okay.
I was taking care of that baby at 17. Literally from 17 all the way to the baby was 3. And then his mom got him back. But
Was it a
yeah.
friend of yours, mom?
Yes, it
Baby?
was a family. It was a family friend. Yes, yes. So the baby was like mine for like 3 years, and I really helped her out. You know,
Hmm.
we
Now,
did what
did
we had to do. He a grown
yeah.
man now.
Now, what was
He a
your
grown man.
lifestyle back then? I know you was 17, but if you could describe your teenage self as you being grown, what would you say? What type of kid would you say you were, or teenager?
I was quiet. I would say quiet but fun at the same time. I was quiet and fun, thinking I was grown, trying to run around, smoke, drank, and going to all the teen clubs. I was that type of person, but I was quiet. But I like to dance. I like to, get out and dress pretty, look pretty, be seen. I was that type of teenager. I was, because you could
Would
do
you
that in my city,
would you
you
say
know?
that your parents were strict, or you pretty much got to do what you want, or had a curfew or anything like that?
I mean, they didn't have to be strict because I wasn't no problem child. I
Okay.
knew the rules, so they ain't have. My mom didn't have to be strict. Like I told you, my dad went around. My mom ain't have to be strict on me. I knew when to be in. If I was going to the teenage club after it was over, I was back at home, you know? And
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, but yeah, I was allowed to have boyfriends and stuff like that, you know? I wasn't doing too much, you
Okay.
know, just the norm. Just the norm.
Now, what can you remember about the driver? Can you remember any conversation from him between anything he might have said, or was he just quiet?
I can't I've been trying my best to remember this conversation that when okay, let me clear something else up. Everybody think that we drove up to that glass house. We drove up and I walked in. Everybody
Mhm.
is like, I didn't go in there. Yes, I did. I was in the house. They took me in the house. Him and Jarvis walked to the back and was coming through the back through the hall. When I looked up conversating, you know, they was having a conversation. Now, what they talked about, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is they was close to each other. It wasn't no out loud conversation.
Hmm.
So, but I did go inside that house. I was inside that house.
How
And
would you describe that house?
and okay, this is how I know. At first I thought maybe it was because I didn't know if it was a white man, Hispanic, Arabic, whatever. I said, I don't know. All I know is he got white skin and he had black hair with the bang and stuff like that or whatever. But
Hmm.
he the house was modern. So me growing up and being grown now, looking back, like, hold on, I'm where I live at, Mexicans everywhere. Like, no, they live on top of each other. They got so much
Hmm.
stuff in their yard. Like, oh my God, this is not a Mexican's house. That was a Arabic person house.
Right.
Now that I think about it, because I pulled up the way that they was living, I seen certain statues that was there. I
Okay.
seen the marble of the floors. Yes,
Hmm.
the marble is in the home. Just it would yes, the way the furniture were. Yes, it was modern. And back in then, what modern? I had to grow up to understand that. Like, whoa, hold on,
Wow.
hold
So it was
on.
like a beautiful house. Now, when you say
It was
glass house,
beautiful. It was
when you say
beautiful.
glass house, I mean, I'm picturing like big picture windows, which around the house. But
Not
how?
all the way around the house, like only on the left side of the house, because when the driveway is on the left side of the house, so when we pulled into the driveway, we exited out the right of the van. So we was it's that's the only side of the house I got to see was that side, and it was glass. It it was glass, big picture glass. Like we walked through a glass door, and when we was the door glass? That's what I was trying to remember. I don't even think the door was glass. I think the door was
Hmm.
like black or brown, but the windows was real big and it was like a glass house. Like when we walked in, I think they even had a waterfall in the house.
Wow.
It was like a small waterfall, like between the living room. Like when you walk in, you like in this big old living room part. No, it wasn't even a living room because you had to walk further up to get in the living room because the living room set kind of like towards the back. And then to the left was like the kitchen, and to the left but behind the left it's like a big old kitchen, a flat area. Like it was flat but beautiful. Like, and then they had that long hallway. They had that long hallway. When you walk through the front door, you turn
Uh-huh.
to the right, it's a long hallway where the rooms was at, and that's where they went to talk. But right in front of that is a waterfall. On the side of it, it's a waterfall.
So it don't even sound like it's a color of the house. It just sounds like it's just windows everywhere from
Yeah,
what you were.
yeah,
Um
that's why I say glass house.
Now I want to know, what vibe did you get from that guy? Like, what did he have on? Okay, his hair was black.
Oh,
What color was his bang?
it was probably like a pinkish, oranges, yellowish color. Swooped
Okay.
around his forehead, coming behind his right ear.
What?
And I
What
remember that
did
because
he have on?
when he was driving, and when Jarvis was doing things, I would be looking at the driver really hard. Like, you're not gonna look at me, like. But then he would make certain gestures, like he didn't care, like what was going on back there. Like he would look over and just turn back around, like whatever. So I knew
What
that he didn't
vibe did
care.
you get?
That's what made me feel like it was planned. Like they knew what they was finna do. They knew what they was doing.
Mhm. It
They knew
sounds
it.
like they were
They
definitely
knew it,
working together.
and everybody like, oh, she wasn't kidnapped. She wasn't kidnapped. She willingly left. Yes, I willingly left. The kidnapping part came in when he pulled out the gun, and
Right.
I couldn't do anything. You know, like that's like holding me against my will now. Like I at first, yes, I did willingly leave with you, but look what you're doing now. Like, no, I will go home right now, right now. Take me back home. You think you gonna take me home? No, that's kidnapping me at that
Right.
point, right?
Yeah,
So
that's exactly
I'm
right.
like, why don't they understand that part? Like, I literally, I don't know, I don't know,
It's
I
okay.
don't know, but like,
Don't
yeah,
people
it's
are
okay, it's
just
okay. I know people is
yeah.
people. I see a lot of, and then this the one got me. They said that I willingly left for him to be S
Wait.
A
Oh, okay, good.
S
Essay
yeah
to have
um
relations.
to do the job that he wanted me to do. Basically,
Okay,
they
yeah.
said that I willingly knew that, and I agreed with that, and my family, gave me up. I'm like, oh Lord,
Oh,
people are just so heartless. They so
that's
heartless. They
something
just
I
say
wanted to.
anything. They
That's
just
something I
say
wanted to ask
anything.
you. Oh shoot, do I have
Yes,
my hold on. Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you. So the red building, you said it was red at the time, but it's pinkish now, which we've been looking at it.
yes.
Now you knew that it was those type of it was a night the nightlife was going on out there, night walkers. Did you
Um,
actually he actually took you there. Did you get out there and stand out there for a while or how did that go?
No,
What
ma'am.
happened?
No,
Okay.
ma'am. No, ma'am. I never was placed anywhere to work or nothing like that. When we went on our way to his house after we left the glass house,
Mhm.
he pulled up. I heard him tell the driver, take take her and show her where she go be at, where she go be working, right?
Mhm.
So
And
he
the driver
pulled
didn't
over.
ask him, "Where is it at, boss?" He
He
just
didn't
went to it,
ask
huh?
where he drove straight there.
See? Mhm. They
He
know.
drove straight there. He knew the whole time. I mean, when he pulled the gun on me, the dude didn't say anything. He knew.
Oh
So that's what I
yeah,
say.
they
But
working.
yeah, okay. So when we pull up to we leave there, pull up to the red building. Now, mind you, like I said, this was only a few minutes from his house because I'm looking at the time. I'm timing myself in these places. You feel me?
Mhm.
So he just opened up the curtain and was like, "This where you go be." And when he opened the curtain, I saw the red building. We was riding past, and I saw all those little doors with the gates on it. I saw all those little doors, and I saw females out there. I saw that cell. I saw a payphone sitting out there and everything. I saw all that when we rolled past. He said, "This where you go be," and I'm like, "Whoa, like
Wow.
what?" And then I don't know which corner we hit, but for some reason we end up at his house a few minutes later.
So it's right. Y'all ended up at the granny house right after the
Yep.
red building. I see
Yep.
how close it is. Literally, it's
Yes,
just right
ma'am.
around the dang corner. It's like
Yes, ma'am.
so. This is
We
his
pulled up.
stomping ground because
Yep.
wait a minute. This area is near Warren too.
But I knew, look, this, he had to, okay, so when he left the red building, right?
Uh
And
huh.
he took me, he had to ride past Jarvis' house just to turn around and pull up so the van door opened on the side of the house. Because if
Really?
you turn down that street, it would be on the driver's side we pulling up on the opposite side of the street. So he had to go down and make a turnaround just to pull me on the side of that house. Like I say, they was always trying to show, throw me off my location. And I'm
Yep.
sitting here in my mind and in my heart holding this time and this distance of how far I'm going and what I don't remember and how far I do remember.
I wonder what were they talking about? Because you said they went off to a room by themselves. I
Yeah.
want to know, like, what did this guy have on? And
Some tight shorts, like real tight. That's how I know his body built. That's why I was asking, like,
oh,
I need to see older pictures of Frank because I do know this guy body built because I do remember he had on a little ugly little I want to say like a
mm-hmm.
tank top and some biking shorts.
Yeah, I'm. There's no way. I think Jarvis definitely rocks that way.
But you know what? If it ain't Frank, I believe it's a family member. It's a family member, y'all. It's a
Y-
family
Oh, you
member
think the
of
person was his
his.
family? Why do
If
you
it
say that?
wasn't him, yes, yes, because of the house that I was in. And then looking at Jarvis' background with Frank, and he's Arabic. What? Yes,
Hmm.
yes. This is an organization thing going on.
I
This is an
believe it.
organized. This is an organized crime that they have going on. It's more than just Frank in this. Believe that. So if it was not Frank, that's why I say I need to see older pictures. If it wasn't, if this person was not Hispanic because they live in multiples. Okay.
Did you see the video of Frank? There was a video circulating when somebody tried to burn down his business.
Yes. I
Did
saw it.
you saw it? That
I
you
saw
didn't
it, and
recognize that
he
guy?
sound GAY to me. He sound GAY, and I keep
Uh-huh.
saying that, and I keep saying it. Even his body language on the video, like I say, oh,
Sure
hold
is.
on, I
Yep.
say, and I went and found his real name just to look him up, and I went and looked at his old homes, and that's when I saw them statues.
Wait a minute now. Hold on. You just wait. You made a cut. Where did you see the statues? You seen some in his home, and then you seen some when you
That's
looked
one of
him up
his old addresses. Yeah, they have. Yeah, you have the statues that similar to the statues that was at the glass house.
in his current house. He does.
Uh, I is that the current house? I think so.
I
I'm not
wonder.
sure, but it's one of the recent ones that was not long ago. And then he got some addresses on it that's pulled up his addresses that I'm looking like, oh, he ain't living in that house. That man ain't never lived there. Who he renting his house out to? Yeah.
Very interesting. So you've been doing your own homework.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Even that some of his addresses reaches back to the car shops, some express car washes and stuff that folks ain't talked about yet.
See right here. You can see down the street right there. Hold on. Let me.
And you looking at the house that I was telling you about right there. That's the
I
house right there.
where I figured it was somewhere in
On
this
the side of the
video shoot
church.
already did. Oh, hold on.
It's
Wait.
right on the side of the
Um,
church.
I thought you said it was behind the church, so I think
It
she's
is
gonna come.
it is just let's see. Let me see. Go back. Let me just point out something to you real quick. Go back towards that church.
I think that's where she's about to go. Just it's slow. That's all. I got it moving
Yeah.
super slow. You can
We
keep
on
talking.
two. I'm sorry. I keep forget we on two's video.
Yep. I edit. This is my edited video. I just took it out of her video, and it's slow, so that's why. Let me move it faster since you're looking at it.
Yeah, and hers was moving faster than mine, so I couldn't keep up with her. She'd be somewhere and I was still coming.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna speed it up to normal and then let you point out whatever. So look, coming up on that building, look, you can see all that. I'm like, that church has. So she's gonna turn around here, I do believe, right?
Mhm. Right there.
Hold on.
See, I can see it because I know exactly where it's at. It might be hard for me to point it out to you on here.
Right here,
Nope.
because this is
Turn.
coming up on it.
No, turn. It's right on the side of it. Right on the side. Go
Right
to
there,
where to show the front of the church.
right here. I think she's
That's the
gonna go
back of the
back.
church.
Hold on. She's gonna come back.
Yeah, when she come back, I'm gonna show you. When she come back, pause it when you see the church.
Okay. Because if that's the case, it's closer than I thought. Because I
It
like
surprised
circle.
me. It shocked me. Okay, you see where the church at, right?
Uh huh.
It's it's to the left. The very house to the left.
Wait, is to the left of the church, so
Yep.
we can't see it in this den,
Not
right?
right here. When she moved, I did see it.
I
I did
did see
see
it
it.
too because I circled
I
a
saw
church.
it.
Wait, hold on. It's gone. I circled. I circled a gray like building behind it.
Let me
But we
see.
we gotta keep talking though,
We
cause we
yeah.
hold on. So
Right
that's
there. Right there. That's the house.
where
Where the arrow at? Move,
What?
Arrow. That's the house right
Oh,
there.
you gotta be
That's
kidding
the White
me.
House. That's the White House.
Right
That
there,
is
where
her
my
house right
arrow
there.
at. Knock it
Right
off.
where that
Where I
arrow at.
already got the arrow at. You
Already
gotta
where
be
you got
kidding
the,
me.
and that's crazy.
Oh my God.
That's
Oh
it.
my God. How
That's
could
it.
I was on the other side, like when you first see the sign, so it's right there. Not
It's
only
right
is
there.
it by a church, but it's literally in the same parking lot
Yes,
behind
with
the church. Look
everything
like,
that everybody been saying. I still haven't heard the reading of the
oh my
lady.
God.
I have not heard the reading.
I
But yeah.
Oh my God. Like, I wish I would have. I was trying to call you back so I wouldn't have you waiting so long. And I was going to look up her video so I could look. Because Rain of Fire, matter of fact, just go on her channel, Rain of
Mm-hmm.
Fire. She
Line
talked
of
about
fire.
these black metal gates. She
Okay.
talked about this stuff in her videos. And I mean, I got a good feeling from this girl too. She
I'm
talked
gonna go
about
look
like,
her up.
yeah, she on point, man. I For whatever reason her videos haven't been popping up for me. But listen,
This is crazy how your arrow is pointed at
my
this.
arrow is
Oh,
already there. This is, man, it's something about this. It's something about this.
it's nothing but God. Nothing but
I
God.
got nothing but chills right now. I promise you this
Me
is
too.
God.
I'm tripped out by how this arrow is pointing at this house. And I was
Oh,
trying to get you to walk to see the house
oh
next
my
to.
God. What? What? God, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Wow. Dang, I
yeah.
think, hold on, I think I'm not even recording no more, too. It don't look
Oh,
like. Oh, yes, I am. I'm still recording. I was just on the other side.
oh yeah, I
Oh,
see you recording.
my God. Okay, let me ask you a couple. It's a couple more. What is it? Anything else you wanted to say about this house while we here? We here. Shoot, you probably could have
Um,
seen him go to that house. It's so close to where y'all was at. I guess it's further down the block where you were kept at, though,
yeah, I
or the
don't
friend's house.
remember much. I don't remember much about
Now you
like
said
going
he.
towards the friend house, but I do know that he took me a long way to the friend house, or either we came back the long way, but he tried to confuse me so I wouldn't know which way it was back to his house.
Mm-hmm.
Since he
Kind
had
of
me
go
out on
weird.
feet, he had me on feet, and but I
Wow.
remembered. See, I remembered though. I remember. Oh, I remember.
You sure do. Like, I mean, so very well. Like, I actually know a couple people. I'm gonna have to show them this video and see what more they can tell me. Cause I have a friend that was actually fired upon, I mean, lit up
Mhm.
in this area on Warren and East. This is near Warren. And the reason why I'm saying that because Marquita, which is Naziah's auntie, she had
Mhm.
posted that Naziah was spotted on Warren and East Mac. And then a
At the
lady
liquor
made a,
store.
yes, and the gas stations. And this lady made a comment and told me something about this is by Warren because she made a comment on a video that I released earlier. So I wanted to ask you, let me see. Hold on. So one of the things you said that people was giving you a hard time about was that cell phone with no battery until you needed it. Do you want to elaborate or clear anything on that? Because they were saying something about the cell phone. Like,
Okay, so people don't understand that I back in the day I had cell phones. We had cell phones. So I don't know. A lot of people didn't grow up having cell phones and computers and stuff like that. But we was the technology kids in our home where we was provided cell phones. We had house phones. We had computers. We had those type of things in our life. So I had a phone. Of course, I had a phone, which I met him off the house phone, and I had a cell phone. But my family like don't let him know you have a cell phone, and I didn't let him know I had which it was a flip phone. So I took
why?
the battery out. I took
Well,
the
I do
battery
want
out
to
so
ask you,
it wouldn't ring. Yes, ma'am.
how were you able to hide the phone without him knowing that you had it?
Because he didn't. I was okay with being there with him. I've been
Okay.
telling everybody that I didn't fight him. So
Mm,
he wasn't mean to me like that. His like the way he talked to me was very messed up. You feel me? The things he said he was finna do was very messed up. But I took that in and I just acted like I was finna be with him. I kept telling y'all that. Like I had to play my part. I went in survivor mode. Like instead of him SAing me, I allowed him to S
right.
me, you know? So
Right.
like I didn't fear him. Basically, I didn't fear him.
Right.
So he didn't run all through my stuff or whatever. He allowed me to bathe and change my clothes and he didn't do all of that. So it was very easy for me to have a cell phone on me and he knew I didn't have a cell phone. He knew I left the house without a cell phone. Cuz that's why my family got his number.
Right.
So he thinking this whole time I don't have a cell phone. I took the battery out so it wouldn't ring, it wouldn't go off at all. At
And I,
all.
and
And
I
no,
do.
and
Oh, go ahead.
yes, ma'am.
Sorry. No, go ahead. Finish.
Oh, um, and I didn't wait till the last day. My family had been contacting him, but he was avoiding them, telling me that, making me promise him that I'ma stay and and I told him I'm coming back. I'm gonna come back. Like I'm here. I want to be basically grown up and woo 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 just to get home. They made this man believe, and I don't know, he ain't that smart, y'all. He's not
Oh,
that smart.
he sure
He's
ain't.
not that smart.
Why do you say that
Like
though?
because he's really not. I mean, look at the way he was living. Look where he took me to, and you want
Mhm.
me to say I want to be with you. And look where
Right.
we're living at. And look what you telling me I'm about to do. He's not that smart, y'all. And that man in that truck was the brains. He was he was told to do everything. That man already knew. That man ain't asked this man nothing. He ain't say a word.
Mm.
He already knew. So that's how I know this man Jarvis ain't smart. If he didn't have that gun, I could have got away from him. Okay,
Mhm.
if he didn't have that gun, because I would have outsmarted him like I did.
What did it seem like? Jarvis probably was the amateur of it all. Maybe this was when he was first getting started, or
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It really did because he was confused on how to even feed us and things like that. Like he was confused. Like, and that's why I'm like, where was he going to get this food from? He- Somewhere close. That's why I'm like, I'm just still trying to put it all together. I really am. I really am within
and then
myself.
I
Within
also
myself.
I want to like talk about because from my understanding, you didn't call the police until
You're right.
January when you found out about this case, right?
Yes, it was actually
Okay,
February. I
February.
found out in January, but I called in February after I did my own research and knew that this was I saw that house. I knew this is where I was at. Whenever I walked them streets on Google and it took me where I walked and seen everything that I remembered, I knew that Jarvis was the one who took me. I know he is.
And you know what? Another thing that you said he was carrying a little girl's picture around.
Yes.
I believe that same little girl is the one that's testifying against him now. Because one of his
No,
own
she
daughters
has to
did.
be older. If she's 20, she have to be older because this happened in '05, '04, '05, '04. This happened in '04, and this baby was already about at least 2, 3
Hmm
on
I,
that picture.
I think she's in her 20s. I don't think she is
Okay.
20. You see what I'm
Yes.
saying? So he would
Hmm.
have to have a daughter 30, and the one that you talking about will be around 22. And I do believe that's her because they said that he met her at 8 years old. And when he met her, he did this to her. That's her. I believe it. And that's the connection. It's all connecting you. And I just felt not you really, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Your story. And
I know.
yeah, the timing and all of this, and I think you're gonna get your day in court too. Ain't no
I know
way
that
you
that's
putting
what
pieces
it
together.
just tripped me out. Like, and then I'm like, whoa, like I knew nothing about Nazai's case. Nothing. And I'm one that watch the crime shows every day. I'm into that
Mm-hmm.
type of stuff, you know. But whenever it went viral, when everybody started posting it, it came across, and I'm like, oh wow, Detroit, what man? Let me look
Ain't
into
that
this,
something?
you
And you
know.
know what?
So
You
yeah,
something. I'm sorry. Complete your thought.
I was just saying, yeah, I looked into it because it hit me. I'm like, it's from Detroit, so let me look into the case, and I looked into the case, and I'm just sitting there, just listening, just watching it. And then the interrogation come out and I hear Jarvis' voice. And I'm like,
Hmm.
I look down, I'm like, whoa, chills was everywhere. I'm like,
I bet.
hold on. I know I ain't tripping. I know I ain't, and it took me time to do research to find his house, go back for years, do the walk, remember how to walk the Google, go back years ago, all of that. It took me time, and that's why it took me to February to call them. I
Yep.
think
You
I
know
called him
what?
like February, around the beginning of February, actually.
The beginning of February.
Hmm.
It's something else that you said. You said maybe it was some runaways or something, and that made me think about Naziah too because they accused her of possibly being at a runaway house, like what do they call a skip house? Because I
Hmm.
remember the police allegedly told them, "Oh, it's a skip house. Maybe they went there or whatever." And then you're saying that it seemed like it was some people. Maybe they was skipping or something. Maybe they was runaways or something. Is what you said.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's what
that.
I was saying. Maybe I was saying either if I mean I didn't hear nobody yelling "help me" or
Hmm.
nothing like that. So I mean, whoever was down there was okay.
Yeah, they
That's
want. They
all I
was
can
where
say.
they
I just
wanted to
heard
be.
people living and talking.
That's the strangest thing, you know.
And
And
it's
back.
and then the way that this house is, no, it's not. Oh, it's a family living in the basement in a condemned home. No, this not right. Something not right about this. I ain't crazy. I know I'm not
I'm telling
crazy
you,
because from the way that you got me up here living, the only thing that was not condemned was his bedroom.
that just makes
Hmm.
no sense. So that's typical of his life. Like everything around him is toe up from the flow up, and he out here trying to act like he got it all together,
Yep.
trying to be slick, doing all of this stuff. But shoot, was it anything else that you can think of that you want to talk about? I'm still looking too. Let's see.
Um. Oh well, I don't know if I brought up the van or not, but that was not Evangelist van.
Okay, yep, you did
Uh,
mention that, and
that
I'm
was
happy
not
you
his
cleared that out.
van. The van was more newer, but it wasn't like too new.
I wish I would have put the picture in because two did show
'Cause that
a
van, that
van.
van that y'all showed me look like a old 1850 van. I don't even know what.
Oh, the
Like,
one two
oh
showed.
Lord, yeah, that van that Evangelist said was his. It's more vans. It's more vans. That's the thing. It got to be more vans. So
Oh,
it's not just that one, but it ain't just the curtains, but what all this plush that was in the car, because it was plush in the car like a female van or something, but it was a guy, a guy that's
that was
ZIYAH
driving.
driving.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean that makes sense of the dice, fuzzy dice hanging from the mirror, the fuzzy floor, the rug. I mean the fuzzy seats. Yeah, it was like the car brought stuff that you put over the seats. It was like furry.
Oh
It was
wow. Okay.
furry.
So you got the impression that it was that guy's van that was driving.
Yeah, that was his van. It
And look
showed
at his
one
beard.
Jarvis. That was his van.
Now, how old was Jarvis back then? Did you know
Probably
his
about,
age? He would have been 23, but he did he tell you
I would say
age?
around that time. I probably around that 23, 24.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew his age.
He was turning 24. I bet you. Or yeah, because you said it was around
right?
November.
Something like
So
that. Or
hmm
had just turned 24 and was trying to make up him a birthday party. He thought I was gonna be the dancer. Not, not, baby, not. I ain't know what to do. That was this very, very, very scary situation. And I'm glad I could talk to about it without crying, you
yeah.
know, today.
Yep.
Like that was a
I'm glad
very,
too.
very hurtful, scary situation for me. I didn't know what to do, like I didn't know what to do. My
Well,
dad
you
lived out
are
of town
victorious
from
now,
Michigan.
baby.
My mom was out of town from Michigan. I'm 18, want to be grown,
Well, you
going
know
off
what?
thinking it's a good guy, and look what I done got myself into now. What you finna do to get yourself up out of this? Excuse
You
me. And
gonna
so I just
save
had to play
somebody
smart.
else or help find Naziah? Because I'm telling you, what you telling us right now is powerful. And if all it take is for them to go back to these addresses, especially the one where the friend lived, I guarantee you that
Yep.
somebody, it may be somebody in the family that's still there, because it appears that they pass on properties from family members or friends.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And so I
Mhm.
think it's a connection, possibly with the church and everything else. Because there was a conversation that Jarvis was having with a female, and he was like, "You the only you the only dumb bee. Everybody already know what it is with Shannon. You a
Yep.
newcomer." And I'm
Yep.
like, "Newcomer? What are we talking about? Newcomer? Where's she newcoming to? A
Right.
location?" It
I
seems
caught
like
on
they
to that.
get together, they have children, they meet. Because it feel like, I don't know. I mean, everything is alleged, but Naziah's father and lady, and they all got a connection with this church. I think it got something to do with that. It's like they have children to keep this thing going. They made
Yep.
people together, because the reason why I'm saying that, Jarvis was in the halfway house when he met Shannon. She was catching the bus to go see this guy. She did not know him, yet she had a baby by him soon after. They didn't know each other, but they all know the bishop. And so yeah.
See,
So
and that's the thing. That's another thing. That's the thing. Is like Jarvis, he find females that he can control. Like I say, he thought he could
mhm,
control me. See, I
yeah,
had another thing coming for him. He thought I was dumb like that. He thought I could be won over like that. And
yeah,
he was gone. I truly believe in my heart, if I would have gave into that man and like not tried to get away and gave in, I would have been out there recruiting females. You
yeah.
fit for him. You
Mhm.
see what I'm saying? That's what he would have had me out there doing. So yes, I fully believe Shannon is very aware of everything that has happened and everything that goes on with Jarvis. She is
I
very
believe
aware.
it. Why do you say that though?
So, and his other probably possible other baby moms too. Okay, so whenever I was there, um, I don't know what made him say this, but evidently I was being hard headed or something. I was, not listening or something to him because he threatened to get his baby mama to beat me up.
Really? Very
Yes,
interesting.
yes, he did.
Hmm. So that's how
Yes,
he
he
gonna
did.
get you. Wow.
And that's what make me. I'm like, whoa, a baby mama right down the street. Whoa, is this where the
Wait a
food was coming
minute.
from? Like, whoa, hold on, like,
You
wait, like
wait
what?
a minute. Hold on. He was bringing cooked food back to you,
Um,
or to
one
the house?
time one time he had a plate. We ate a plate. One time he did have cooked food, but he had made me cook. I had cooked 2 days, and then he had bought a cooked plate. But then after that, like I didn't want to eat no more. I was like, I started shutting down on him. You feel me? So, but he sent me home. He sent me home that night.
Let's get back to this baby mama, because it wouldn't have been Shannon at that time. So it would have had to been the older lady, or maybe
That's
the.
what I'm thinking. It couldn't have been Shannon. No, Shannon's completely out of it.
Mm-hmm.
No. But that's why I'm like, whoa, like, and she was right down the street, and I remember him leaving the house like twice. Like, only time I left the house with him was when he walked me to the friend house, and then he took me to the Greyhound station.
So at the
Then,
time that you met Jarvis, that lady, the older lady, that child would have been 10 years old,
yeah, she would have been older.
about
She would
10
have
or
been,
11 years
oh
old. But
no, no.
hmm if
Oh,
he
well,
had a
yes,
child at
that
the age of
child.
13,
Yes, that child. Yes,
hmm
ma'am. Yes,
yeah,
ma'am. That child would have been older.
10.
He would. But I knew he was a dad. I knew he was a dad. But
Wow.
I didn't know, like, I can't remember how many kids he told me he had or whatnot. I just can't remember all of that. But I do
Right.
remember a little girl picture being in his pocket and he walked around with the baby in his
Yeah.
pocket. A picture. I do remember that. And I
And
do
then
remember him threatening me with his baby mama. I do remember that. I do. And then now that 20 years later, I find out the baby mama lived right down the street on the same
oh
block.
man, yeah, come on. I don't believe in coincidence. So I'm with you. I believe it's something with that. I believe he do get certain women to do whatever, and I also heard that Shannon knows everything that he does. I mean, she might not like it, but she
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 might not like
she
it.
was one that would be
Well,
arguing with females on the phone. I mean, on
he
Facebook, social media, all that.
he a controlling type.
Hmm.
He the controlling type with a charm, if that makes sense.
What's the charm? What
With
what
it,
would?
and by me saying with a charm, it's like he come off on you as charming, and then he controls you.
Yep, I could tell in an interrogation room he thought he
So
was impressing somebody.
that's all I could say, because that's how he tried to play me. But I told him I'm gonna give in to him, but I got away and I never went back. But then another thing is, like, he knew where I lived. He knew how to come back and find me. Like, and that was another reason why I had to get gone. Like, I just wanted to just wash everything away and just move forward. I was 18 years old, man. My life just beginning, you know. And by the grace of God, I was able to move away and live my life, you know. And I've been
And we
happy,
got
you
a
know. I
little
mean, I've been
girl.
going through certain things, but his case have not been a problem to my life until January, when I started couldn't sleep because of looking into finding out that this man is the man that took me. That
Hmm.
put me back in that place.
Did you
And
think you
it
was
put me
over
back
this
in that place.
until
Hmm?
then? Did you think you were over this until January?
Yes. Oh
Okay.
yeah. Oh yeah. I could deal with it. That was pushed back in my life. Like, even if it was brought up. Oh yeah, I was kidnapped in Detroit long time ago. Woo woo.
Hmm.
Bam. Like,
I'm
that is
so
be just
glad
a
you got it out.
conversation, but to find out that he is a part of this baby missing, and to find out his history and everything that happened to me right after it happened to me.
This would have
I
been
mean, it
him
happened to them. Everything that happened to
after.
them right after that happened to me. That hurts
Mhm.
me. That, and I couldn't sleep. How could I sleep on something like that? I'm a mother. How could I sleep on
Man,
something like that?
I know it had to be heart wrenching. You know,
I
just
couldn't sleep
thinking
on
all them flashbacks I'm sure you were having at the time. And this
Yes.
is this creep, fresh out, really. Look at him, fresh baby. And when I tell you,
Fresh baby.
he had his damn way, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, that's it. If you don't have anything else, we over an hour now.
Well, that was a nice interview, and thank you very much.
Thank you. And you got my number. You can call me anytime. If I'm not available, I'll call you back. And
Yes,
hopefully I'll
ma'am.
see you on Toots soon.
Yes,
Right?
ma'am. Likewise, likewise. Call
Yeah.
me if you need anything, you need to talk or whatnot. Anything, I'm here.
Okay. All right. And I'm still trying to get in touch with Tama. I left her a message and stuff,
Oh,
so I'm gonna
that's what
check
I
on.
wanted to ask you.
Okay.
Yep.
Her
Okay.
information.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yeah, I'll send you her Facebook. She's on Facebook as Tamara Liberty Smith, and maybe you could message her and get her attention. I'm gonna try sending her the video and let her know we need the help. But I already messaged her. But I think
Okay.
it would be helpful for you to do it too. So I'll send you everything. And
Okay. Thank you.
all right, I'll talk to you soon.
All righty.
All right, bye.
Bye.